Getting back to it, Trae Young traded to the Washington Wizards for Corey Kispert and C.J. McCollum. I feel like there's so many different avenues about this trade that we haven't talked about, even though we kind of known it was going to happen. I wonder what took it so long. Were they trying to talk draft capital and just like, forget it, we just done. Let's just do it player for players.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that definitely was the case.
But also I saw the report that Trae Young was also trying to get his way to Minnesota and to another team, but also those teams. Brooklyn, but those teams weren't interested in him. So that also was probably something that the Atlanta Hawks was probably trying to entertain just to help Trae Young out and maybe get him somewhere that he probably wanted to be.
I could see the draft capital thing being something that is tough to work around because on one hand, if the speculation was out there and you are the Wizards, the Wizards, you can get Trae Young and some draft capital. Let's push for that. Mm-hmm. But if you're the Hawks, you're like, dog, I'm giving you Trae Young. Mm-hmm. I'm taking on Corey Kispert. Obviously, CJ is expiring. It's like, bro, you're already getting Trae Young at a low cost. So I could see, because both sides got somewhat of a point. I'm not going to lie, I never looked at Trae Young's contract as like that awful or like something that's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's making that amount of money. And also it's like on a player option. Mm-hmm. I usually look at that when it's like 3 years, 4 years. And it's like, you got to deal with $200 million for the next 4 years. There's some draft capital. I think one thing that we also didn't mention is the Hawks pivoting directly to Anthony Davis' interest.
Yeah.
Because Kevin O'Connor, I saw, said that C.J. McCollum has the contract that can be moved immediately. Mm-hmm. So that was also interesting to me. Not saying that CJ would be involved in Anthony Davis trade, but I just
like
think
the idea of them going after AD. I hate it. I don't think it makes sense.
I mean, I guess it makes sense from the aspect of they feel like if we can get something that like Anthony Davis defense is something I think that they probably intrigued about. Anthony Davis had a pretty decent season, so I could see a world where they feel like we can probably pair Jalen Johnson and Anthony Davis together, and then
I said, do you think it makes sense? I know what they think because they've been talking about it. Do you think it makes sense for them to go acquire Anthony Davis?
I think it's going to be harder too with the spacing. They already need, again, depending if they trade CJ for Anthony Davis, they would still have Corey Kispert as a reliable shooter and some of the other guys. But again, their top guys like going to the paint, and we know that's where Anthony Davis also thrives at. So I do
and Anthony Davis want to be a 4.
Yeah.
So you're going
almost 40 AD. Come on, man.
You going 00 AD, Jalen Johnson at 3?
Nah, I think that in this hypothetical, I think CJ's not a part of the trade. First of all, I know it's possible, but I feel like they want to keep CJ in because of the half-court creation. So CJ, Dyson. Oh man, hold on. CJ, Nikhil, Dyson, because I think Reese is in this trade if it's going to happen.
Yeah,
because I think that's what the Dallas wants.
Piece that Dallas
and then
wants.
Jalen Johnson, Anthony Davis. And then Porzingis is a part of the trade going back to Dallas. You still got 00 off the bench, Corey Kispert. I mean, it's not a bad team. I'm not saying that trade for Anthony Davis would make them worse by any means. He'd obviously make them better. They need help defensively. They need help on rebound. And they
You're
need
just saying
help
the
on
state of the team.
Just the state of the team.
Yeah.
But they're going to be buyers because they know that they have the Pelicans pick. That's their security of
we don't have to tank or like try
I
to
think
get
that they can be buyers without it being Anthony Davis as the guy. And I don't know who that guy would be.
Okay,
I don't have
my next question
idea of who it would be. But with Anthony Davis being at his age, and when he plays, we all know Anthony Davis can be elite on any given night. But I'm just like, I think that if you're going to go trade for Anthony Davis, you also are agreeing to eventually give him that extension that he's been asking for via trade. And I'm looking at the team, and it's like, is there a world where Jalen Johnson, Anthony Davis, Dyson Daniels, and maybe a top 5 pick is going to win the Eastern Conference in the next 2 years?
Yeah.
You think so?
If that top pick is Darren Peterson, hey, Darren Peterson. I don't know. Y'all don't watch college basketball. Darren Peterson is that. He's that. He is that. I'm telling you, he's that. Hey, just take. You can take my word. You don't have to.
He would be really what they need.
Darren Peterson is that. Everything that is advertised, Darren Peterson is that. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, the odds are it's not him.
Yeah.
Just based.
Yeah,
so for sure.
Well, we don't know what the odds are. I don't go off the odds no more because the odds were that the Mavericks going to get Cooper Flag. All of this jumping up and jumping down, who knows what it's going to be. But I get what you're saying.
It would have to be top 2 to get him.
Yeah,
no, you have to be 1. But so I get
consensus.
KB perspective from that. The percentage of getting the 1 pick.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually a higher percentage they're going to get him. But because we keep seeing people jump up, then
Yeah,
also that changed the percentage
right,
from
yeah.
jumping down.
So I catch that it would have to be a perfect situation, right?
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, the other guys I think are really good too. But even if they get Darren Peterson, yeah, the next 2 years, it's an uphill battle because he would still be a rookie and a sophomore.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to your specific question. No, it is not likely that they win the Eastern Conference with a sophomore Darren Peterson next to Jalen Johnson, an older, aging Anthony Davis, Nikhil. You know what I mean?
feel like they half-court offense might suck. I don't know.
What you mean?
Because like AD, Jalen Johnson, Dyson, that's just a lot of those are the guys that are, like the spacing is just kind of clunky already, and they all kind
Yeah.
of like to operate in the same area. So like it's kind of just like it's like jumbled up.
I don't know. I don't think that they should put the foot on the gas. I think that right now we think about the core that's in that team. It is still really young. Their best player is 24, 25 years old, and Jalen Johnson. And with this trade, assuming that you let CJ walk or you rework his contract where he's not making nearly as much money, you still have an opportunity to buy other places. Like you could wait for the next guy, you know.
Could that be the thing? Where it's like they have the same mentality Washington had with Trae Young, where it's like, hey, we're about to clear out so much money. Here is Porzingis, who just doesn't even play for us at this point. He played 3 games with Trey Young.
Mm-hmm.
Here is also Zachary Richardson, which we feel disappointed in.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of not happy that we made this pick. And give us Anthony Davis. We'll extend Anthony Davis. It won't be $1 gazillion, but we'll be the team that extends him. And if he was a free agent, we would go after him anyway. So let's just get him now. It's not going to cost us anything. We won't have to compete in the open market. Let's just get him now and move on. We have that Pelicans pick. Could that be the reason? Maybe it don't make 1,000 cents, but it don't cost nothing.
Well, it
The
really
guys
depends.
you saying wait for might cost a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the risk reward of it all makes sense. Assuming that you don't have to do anything crazy to go get him, that it is just Richardson and Porzingis.
I wonder how long, and also it depends on how long and how expensive this extension is.
'Cause I
that's
think-
the big reason why he didn't stay in Dallas.
Exactly.
Because they didn't extend him. So now Rich Paul's like, hey, y'all either trade us or extend us.
And that,
I don't
that
blame
changes the
Dallas.
risk of it all.
I don't
Because
blame Dallas.
If you're paying 36-year-old Anthony Davis
$40 million.
$40 to $50 million, then, you know, it's a little bit tougher.
And it might not be.
What Kyrie re-signed for?
It was like,
I don't remember.
it was a very
good
mutual
deal.
mutual deal between the two
That
parties.
should be where the NBA is headed, but I know it all depends on who you
3 years, 119. So
It's like a 40.
about 35 to
35.
then it goes to 39, then 42.
See, I think that's a good deal for Kyrie.
And it don't got to be no top 5, but I think Anthony Davis, again, depending on what the contract is and the length, he could be a really good bridge player for these guys. And again, the spacing might be a little bit funky, but Anthony Davis has always been a winning type player that can help a team out. I don't care about the shooting percentages. Defensively, I think he boosts them up a lot too. So I
think
like it from
everybody
that
main
perspective.
concern is not like the talent; it's just him being on the floor. But I kind of like that because they have double O, so they have a security insurance backup center who is used to starting with this team, has familiarity, and can step up on any given night where Anthony Davis potentially wouldn't be available. But you have to question the health as he continues to get a little bit older, and it's the overall cost of it. And yeah, even when they're all on the floor together, you have to question some of the half-court offense with Anthony Davis, who's not a perimeter threat. Jalen Johnson is still figuring things out in the half court, and then Dyson Daniels. I just read a report yesterday. They had the top players who spend the most time getting guarded by centers who aren't centers. Dyson Daniels was at the top of the list. I mean, it was him, Josh Hart, Asar Thompson. But Josh Hart this year has been making shots.
Yeah.
So the NBA show
Josh
you,
Hart
we don't
ain't shooting
care.
no 10% from 3.
When we have to pick, but my point is, even if you are making your shots, it's like we still got to live with somebody. So it's like the threat of Josh Hart making shots apparently don't even scare the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like we're still going to put our center on you.
I don't blame. I mean, and also Josh Hart's a great rebounder. So
Yeah, that's true.
You kind of
Yeah.
also got to
Dyson Daniels is too, an offensive rebounder. He'll get in there and get some loose balls. But yeah, when you talk about a center having to guard your shooting guard already on a clunky team. But it's just fun to have a team just trying to make things happen. Hopefully this opens up the floodgates.
Yeah. I'm happy that no draft picks was involved. It was
First
kinda
trade
just
of the
like,
year. It's crazy.
Hey, it was probably just wonderful. Like, hey, how about we just do this with no picks?